Alright, so here she is, 1970 Mercury Cougar, and the real review of a MAACO paint job after a year and a half. So, little story with this. I bought it November of 2020. It was bright orange, and it was done with house paint. I tried to strip it off, but I couldn't sand it because it was almost latex paints. And tried to strip it. Californians taking out the methylene chloride from the aircraft stripper, so it doesn't really work, just turned everything into gum. So what I ended up doing was going and having it blasted down. So with that, there was a massive dent going through the door, and it had been bondoed and patched all throughout it. There was just bondo spots. The roof had some spots on it. Right over here in the rear quarter, this entire area was riveted metal and then just gone over with bondo. So what the guys did is they took that panel out, they redid one, and then seamed it all, made sure it looked good, and I think it came out absolutely fantastic considering this entire area was completely messed up. Over on this door, it wasn't lined up. A lot of bondo all throughout it. On the fenders there was. So I've got other videos kind of showing what it looked like throughout the shop progression. It was a really good shop out here in Temecula, California. They took their time. Their body shop guy has I think 15 years experience. His family has done body work. He worked for high-end shops and then started working for MAACO, and I think that guy is really helping make a name for him. But the stripes, I had a separate guy put on. They just painted it. I had everything taken off. So a lot of people will give MAACO a bad name because they'll take a car in like this one. They won't take anything off of it, and they'll want the $5.99 special, and they'll get what they pay for. They will just tape off the bare minimum, they'll paint it, and that's what they'll get. With this one, I had everything taken off and ready to go. Now, the only big issues I had was, and they're not even really big, inside the wheel wells, they had painted. So just some overspray all underneath the car was blue. I've gone through recently and painted on the inside just because I had the wheels off. I was doing brakes and suspension, so I painted those black. But other than that, no big issues at all. I think I have one chip right there. And then when they did the bondo, there was a overlap inside this gap. See if you can kind of see it right there, where I actually had to cut the metal around it because I didn't want to break the bondo and the paint. But that's it. Underneath the hood, right along this edge, I had a little bit of paint just from where they had taped it. You can kind of see it right in there. I had them do the hinges separately, all underneath the hood. Now there is an area right under the hood where it splits that didn't get painted. So all right under here. Sorry for the camera moving. But other than that, they didn't really do too bad of a job. Right against here, got as close as they could. Even inside the cowl, I had this off the car and they painted that black on the inside, and no overspray in there. They covered everything. For my request, I didn't have them do inside the door jambs One, I had the interior in the car, and I went into the same mindset that a lot of people do, that they're just gonna spray wherever. I kind of regret that now, and I'll probably take it back to them after I do take out the interior and have them do inside the door jambs. But on the other side, it still has the original door stickers, and I'd like to keep those. So I will do my best to prep everything before, and I think they said it would be $75 to do each of the door jambs, which isn't bad, considering they'll do the whole door and make sure everything's set up, and that comes with their 3-year warranty. Oh, there is a big thing though. This one I didn't realize until much later, but inside the trunk, the seal that goes around it, that should be black. And they painted it, and when they closed it on, it actually stuck down. So that one, I kind of give them benefit of the doubt because it was somewhat painted before, so, and I didn't take it off. So, you know, that's my fault. But I didn't have them do inside the trunk, so this is, you can still see kind of the silver that it was, but I still think they did a pretty good job as far as that goes. Matches little Cougar keychain. But other than that, a year and a half, this car's driven back and forth down to San Diego. From where I'm at, it's about 80 miles. And I think for what I paid, I'll try to show this the best I can. This is my invoice for it. So total I spent $2,300, but all those hours on there are for the body work. So $500 for the door, $250 for the other door, $400 for the quarter. Those all added up. It did give me a military discount, so that was awesome of them. But you know, I think it was $7.99 for the paint. Then they did give me a pretty big discount on there. But there's multiple pages of everything I had done. So you get what you pay for. If I had just done the $7.99, they would have just painted it and it would have been done. But I trusted their body shop guy, talked to him, and I'm happy with it. So do your prep work, have the car ready, talk to your shop before. If they're not taking you through and showing you a few things like the manager did with me, well, then that's not the shop for you. But I wasn't willing to spend $9,000 to have the same thing done at another shop. All right, hope this kind of sheds some light on a year and a half of a MAACO paint job.